Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever the time of the day is where you're right now. This is Security Officer Reacts, and today we're just going to cover something a little bit different. The SIA have sent out emails to everybody saying that they're doing some proposed changes to how they regulate things, and I'm just going to cover that today in brief. There's a lot to it, so I'm not going to cover everything, but I'm just going to go over some of the highlights. But it says over here, proposed changes to the SIA's licensing criteria. Get licensed. We are consulting on proposed changes to the criteria we use when making our licensing decisions. We publish criteria in our Get Licensed document. We're proposing to add criminal offences to the current list of offences we consider when making licensing decisions. Introduce a new approach to licensing decisions where license applicants or license holders have certain types of offences on their record. We are inviting the public feedback on our proposed changes. This is so we can make sure that the changes we are proposing to make the right ones. So let's just have a look. I just need to change my window. Let's have a look what we've got here. So executive summary. Here we go. Security Industry Authority is consulting on the criminal offences it proposes to add to the list of offences we always consider on licensing decisions. This update of the list of relevant offences is needed because hundreds of new criminal offences have been created since the list was last updated. And because it is in the interests of public protection for us to consider a wider range of offences that affect whether someone is fit and proper to hold an SIA licence, we also want the list relevant to offences to cover the full range of offences relating to the exploitation and abuse of others. This update will ensure transparency and consistency on licensing. Okay, so just to the offences in the current list of relevant offences are organised into subject matter categories. We are proposing adding more offences to the existing categories. These categories are tried and tested. We are also proposing creating new categories for those offences. We are proposing to add that do not fit in the existing categories. The proposed new categories of relevant offences are a lot of categories in that sentence. Tax evasion offences, company law offences, smuggling and other customs offences, immigration offences, criminal attempts, encouragement and assistance offences, prison offences, animal welfare offences, armed forces offences, breaches of court orders and regulatory offences, public order offences, safeguarding offences. So based on what I read there, those are the I think, are those the ones that are currently in place now, or are those the proposed ones? I'm not sure. I mean, this document is massive, so I'm not going to go through all of this. How the proposal was developed. We created a long list of over 1,000 criminal offences. The long list is made up of those offences created since the last list of relevant offences was last updated, and those offences which we felt might add value to the list. A definition of a relevant offence, see Annex A, was then used to decide which offences should be added to a shortlist, which we put on the SIA board and Home Office ministers. The definition of a relevant offence focuses on the behaviours that are undesirable among licence holders because these behaviours suggest that an individual may lack integrity, not have a sense of responsibility, be a threat to public safety, be unwilling to protect people, property and premises. Protecting people, property and premises is the fundamental role of licence holders. Well, that's kind of, the point really. If you're a security officer, then it's no good if you're kind of going against the company that you're supposed to be protecting. Pretty common sense really, isn't it? The shortlisting process turned the longest of over 1,000 criminal offences into the shortlist of just over 440 offences. See Annex B. The process was done in consultation with officials from the Home Office, the Scottish Government and the Northern Ireland Department of Justice. Aha. These are the proposed ones. The full list of offences that we are proposing to add to the current published list of relevant offences is in Annex B. These offences are organised into subject matter categories. Okay, I'm pretty much repeating what it said earlier on, so let's just get to it. The existing categories of relevant offences are so these, yeah, these are the ones that are in place now. Violent, abusive behaviour, espionage, terrorism, offensive weapons, firearms offences, dishonesty, theft and fraud, proceeds of crime, abuse or neglect of children, sexual offences, drug offences, criminal damage, social security offences, private security industry offences, Licensing Act 2003, driving offences. The new categories of relevant offences we are proposing are, I think these are the ones, yeah, literally that's what I just mentioned above. So they're pretty much saying the same thing over and over again. So these are the ones that I listed earlier. And you can give your views through the online questionnaire at smartsurvey.co.uk, get licence consultation. So yeah, if you're an SIA officer, SIA regulated officer I should say, if you've got a badge and you feel that you want to fill out their questionnaire and put your opinions forward, then please obviously go to the SIA website and fill out their survey, just so that they can get an idea of what we think as security officers. At the end of the day, you know, if you do have criminal offences that aren't spent, then being in the security industry is probably not the best job for you. It's counterproductive. It just, you know, it's like if you've got a criminal record, you can't really get a job as a police officer, can you? Because you're kind of the person that they're trying to put away. You know, you're the enemy, so to speak, in a sense. So it's kind of the same for security. If you've got a criminal record, you're an abusive person, you've got, you know, violence, drug offences, you know, anything like that, then it's probably not the best industry for you to be working in. And here we go. This is just kind of going through much more detailed explanations of each of the offences, which, to be fair, are self-explanatory anyway. You know, smuggling and other customs offences, obviously contraband coming through the country, drugs, weapons, women, you know, human trafficking. That's smuggling in a sense, isn't it? Immigration offences. Okay, this was an interesting one. The list of relevant offences does not currently include immigration offences. We are proposing to add a selection of immigration offences related to organising and facilitating illegal immigration into the UK. This is because people with a conviction for one of these offences has demonstrated dishonesty and may be involved in organised crime. Their activities may involve serious criminality and exploitation of vulnerable people. Oh, okay, so this one is more for the smugglers of, not smugglers, but the people that organise illegal immigrants to come over on the boats. So that's pretty much what that's specifically targeting, is because there are a lot of gangs that are basically kind of charging a load of these asylum seekers money to get into the UK via boat, and I think that's what this is pretty much saying. So if you're convicted or arrested for, you know, assisting in illegal immigration of asylum seekers and all that sort of thing, then that will be added to the SIA restriction list by the looks of it. Prison offences. Convictions of prison offences demonstrate dishonesty and or raise questions about an individual's propensity for violence. We are therefore proposing that the offence be unauthorised possession in prison of a knife or an offensive weapon. So basically that's not saying because you've been to prison you're automatically exempt. It's basically kind of going along the line of, if you're in prison and you commit further offences while in prison, then yeah, that's going to go against you. Because believe it or not, you can go to prison, come out, go through your probation, and after a few years when your conviction is spent, you can go get your SIA licence. As long as it's spent and it's not an active conviction, again depending on what the offence is, you can get a job. But it looks like it's saying that if you've gone to prison for any kind of offence and then you demonstrate more criminality within the prison, then that's going to definitely go against you. But yeah, there's a lot to this. I mean, this is pages and pages and pages and pages long, so I don't want to make a video going through the whole damn thing because I'll end up with a complete dry mouth and it'll become very boring. So again, if you're an SIA licensed security officer and you want to have a say on this, go to the SIA website and fill this out. fill out their questionnaire and have your say. And that is the video for today. Just a SIA related one, no reactions, and there we go. So yeah, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, and put any comments down below on your views on that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.